Hi, my name is Demario, and I study Theology, Religion and Philosophy of Religion, and I live at London.
Hi, my name is Florence. I study Theology, Religion and Philosophy of Religion, and I live in a small village near Silverstone. Theology for me was a choice because it's so broad. We do end up doing everything in our course. So you can do a bit of history, a bit of archaeology I end up doing, alongside biblical papers and stuff like Islam, Hinduism. It covers everything.
And I think what was unique for me was that at A-level I did English, sociology and geography, and theology felt like a combination of my interest in English and sociology. And I was kind of bouncing around between English and HSPS, and theology kind of combined my interest in literature and more political social aspects that it touches on sometimes. So Pembroke is quite central, so the walk to Sidgwick where we have our lectures is 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes if you're like me and you wake up late and you have to rush to the faculty, and 15 minutes if you're on time like Florence. And what I quite like about studying theology at Pembroke is that there's only 2 of us. So it's a quite small community, and in second year there's 2, and in third year we currently have 1 theologian. And at the beginning of Michaelmas we have subject lunches where we get to meet the other theologians and kind of build upon a community as new freshers coming into Pembroke.
Yeah, and it's been great at Pembroke. We have sort of something called an eclectic dinner, which that sounds really strange, but it's actually just all the little small subjects getting together, and we met all the different directors of studies as well. That is also something great about Pembroke. Our director of studies is lovely. He's also the dean of the college, and he supports us through everything all the time. It's great. So my favourite thing about Pembroke is the people. That might sound really strange, but honestly everyone you meet is lovely. It's kind of random because I didn't expect it, because you always think you always don't gel with everybody, but truly you come in and it's such a wonderful community all the time.
So I originally applied to Christ, and on results day I was kind of anxious waiting for the email to see whether I got in or not, and I saw that it came from a different college. I was freaking out because I assumed that I hadn't got in. And the email said from Pembroke that they wanted me and I had been placed in the winter pool, and that I had been offered a place for Theology, Religion and Philosophy of Religion. And after that, now I like being here. And although Pembroke wasn't initially on my list of college to apply to, it's a really nice college and I enjoy the community here, and my director of studies has made it the most amazing experience that I could have had anywhere else. So learning having a compulsory module in theology, which is the language, can be a bit daunting. I hadn't had a lot of experience learning a language, and it can be difficult at times to wrap your head around some of the grammatical terms. But when I enjoyed it, I really enjoyed learning about how it can apply to our set text, which is John, the Gospel of John. And besides that, I really enjoy learning about the problem of evil, which I think is part of what drew many people to study theology, because it deals with themes of suffering and evil in society and how we can reconcile that with God.
Yeah, I agree on the language. That was something completely different. So I'm learning Arabic as my option, and never studied it ever before, but it's been incredibly interesting, and just diving into the Quran, which again is something I hadn't really looked at before, so that's been great. For me also, there's so much opportunity for sort of world religions. So I do the world religion paper this year, and we've covered every religion you can think of, and then also the way they interact with colonialism, which has been wonderful, trying to deconstruct all of that as well. So you can pick from a variety of options, which is amazing. So in the first year you can take a language, a biblical paper, and then you get a sort of a variety of anything of the other 3 options. So for example, I took a paper which is contemporary religion, which is sort of anthropology based, but you could also do on philosophy, ethics, anything else. And then second and third years, that gets even broader. You can borrow papers from Asian and Middle Eastern studies, philosophy, and so many other different course areas.
With my interest in HSPS and the more social aspects of theology, in second year you can combine it with some modules with social anthropology that are borrowed from the HSPS papers that they do. So if you have that interest and you're looking into different subjects that combine your interests, theology definitely can cater to your interests in second and third years, as the modules on offer are much broader than first year. I think I'll probably emphasize that to study theology, you don't have to be religious. I came into Pembroke with the expectation that everyone would be devout and know their Bible back to front, but that's definitely not the case. And that has definitely taken off a lot of the pressure that I felt coming into a subject where if you're from a religious background, you obviously have an advantage in what we're studying.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd also say that a lot of people look at theology and say it's not vocational, and there's also theology degrees, people sort of look at it and go, you can't really do anything with that. But because you study such a broad range of everything, you can gain the skills to do whatever you want with it. It's just doing something you love and then seeing what comes next.